Hello friends, it's Lisa and welcome to my April journal with me. So for April, I decided to go with this kind of pastel rainbow theme. It is by no means the most creative theme. I've seen a lot of variations of rainbow themes across like Pinterest and YouTube, Instagram, things like that, but I kind of wanted to do my own version of it. It's a theme that I've kind of been wanting to do for a while, and I feel like as of recently, I've kind of just not been super inspired with journaling and kind of just creative things that I typically do. So I feel like doing a relatively simple like theme where I can just do these like very simple rainbow doodles kind of throughout the whole thing was a good choice where I'm kind of in a situation where I'm not feeling super creative and motivated. But even then, I'm still pretty happy with how these spreads came out. I feel like I liked the colors I chose, and I think it's going to be kind of these spreads that bring me joy every time I look at them just because of the colors that I chose. So this is kind of the main title page for April. I just went in and did some very kind of not great brush lettering. I need to practice that and do it a little bit more to get better at it, but I just did that, and then I also drew a bunch of different rainbows and different colors, and then as you can see, I'm kind of going in with a white pen just to add a bit of detailing to the lettering, and I do that throughout all of the spreads. So also, if anyone has any white gel pen recommendations, I would love to hear them. The two that I was using just didn't really work properly throughout the whole thing, so I'm definitely looking for some recommendations. So if you have any, let me know in the comments. So now we are moving on to my April calendar page. So I just wrote April on the top left side and then going in and drawing these lines where I'll write like the number of the day on them. And what's funny is this is mistake number one. I do end up writing the number or starting to write the number in the wrong spot. So a few times throughout these spreads, I make a few mistakes and I just go in and cut out some white piece of paper, glue it in and fix it, which is what I'm doing right now. So I just quickly fixed that mistake after writing in the numbers throughout the whole month, and now I'm going to be doing the trackers on the side. So I track my growth on my YouTube channel, my Bookstagram, and also my journaling Instagram. And what's funny is as of recently, I don't know if it's because of the creativity block that I'm feeling and just like my lack of inspiration, I have been thinking about not using my journaling Instagram anymore, or just like taking a break from it, or maybe merging my Bookstagram and like journaling, or just like start posting journaling stuff on my Bookstagram. I don't know, but I'm just like not feeling very inspired to post there. I feel like haven't been journaling other than doing my monthly spreads, and posting my monthly spreads has felt like a chore, but we'll see. I feel like I might see a lack of growth there because I might not post there for a while, but we'll see. Anyway, that was a rant no one asked for. So here I am drawing some more rainbows kind of around the spread and around the calendar. I added some washi tape that kind of matched the theme and like the colors I chose. And yeah, that is what the calendar spread ended up looking like. So now we're moving on to my book spread and also the things that I watched throughout the month spreads. So on the left side, I will be keeping track of the books that I read throughout the month, and I'm still doing that kind of purple lettering. And then I also do like this very like messy, just like handwritten font also throughout these spreads. So I will have my book spread that I read throughout the month on the left side. And then on the right side, I'm going to have the shows and movies that I watch throughout the month listed. I'm not like the biggest watcher of like movies and shows and things like that, but I still like to keep track of it if I do watch anything. And now you're about to see me make another mistake. Instead of writing shows and movies watched, I wrote books and movies, which doesn't make sense. So I'm just going in and covering that with another piece of white paper and writing shows instead. But yeah, those spreads pretty much done. I just add a couple rainbows here and there as well as some washi tape. I like to keep these pretty simple so that I actually have space to write everything that I need to write on these spreads. So now we're moving on to some newer spreads. I mean, one of them is my habit tracker, so this isn't new. I do this every month. I'm just having my habit tracker on the left side, and I decided to track something new this month. So I'm tracking everything that I typically track, which I talk about in every single video. I track my reading, when I do my morning skincare, when I do my night skincare, when I post my Bookstagram, when I post my journaling Instagram, when I wash my hair, when I drink enough water, and then I decided to add one for YouTube, so whenever I post to YouTube. I don't know if this is going to be helpful for me to keep track of because I kind of know my schedule and know when I want to post, but I figured I'd add it and see if I find use for it. And I kind of wanted the actual like monthly grid type of thing where I keep track of the habits to be a bit unstructured. So I kind of did like these messy line grid spacing type of thing to keep track of the month. And I definitely like the way that it looks with like the headers and just everything once it kind of all comes together. I really like the way it looks. So now we're moving on to a new spread, and that is a mood tracker spread. I have had mood trackers in my journal before. I just kind of would throw them onto my habit tracker spread because I had the space for them. I used to have like a B5 journal, so it was a lot bigger, but I decided to use a whole separate page for it and try it out again. I feel like I wasn't the biggest fan of them when I originally used them, so I'm going to try it out and see if I like them. So what I decided to do was kind of draw these circles, and then I kind of like split up within the circle the 30 sections. And as you can see, I just kind of jumped where I marked it out in pencil first. And this was a mess because I couldn't find any of my rulers. So it was just, I was kind of winging it, which I feel like is how I do most of my journaling anyway. So it was very on theme, but I just kind of go around and label one of those boxes for every day. And then I draw a rainbow in the center of that circle and kind of mark which color is going to mean what emotion. And I decided to take yet another trick from Amanda Rachel, and I decided to make the darkest color my happiest emotion and kind of do it like a gradient the opposite way and make the lighter colors my like sadder emotions, just so that when I have happier, better days, it stands out a lot more in the actual mood tracker. So that is my habit tracker and my mood tracker spreads. So now we're moving on to another staple in my bullet journal spreads, which is my monthly favorites page. I just like having a place to keep track of everything that I was enjoying throughout the month. So I keep track of any music, any like movies or TV shows or any like entertainment type of things that I would have liked throughout the month, any like random lifestyle things, and then also memories. I just like having this page to kind of remember all of the things I was loving at the time. So I'm just separating the month out into these different boxes for those different sections, and I do add some more rainbows, and that's basically it. I keep it pretty simple so I have space to write the actual things that I want to write. And then on the right side, I'm also adding another new page, and it's not, revolutionary. A lot of people use brain dump pages, but I decided to add one to my journal this month. So a brain dump page is exactly what you would assume it is. It's just kind of a place to write down anything I might need to remember, any lists I need to make, basically a place for me to write down anything that comes to mind if it just doesn't fit within other spaces of my journal. And a lot of times I do find that I write things down, in my notes on my phone or on my computer, and it'll just be nice to have it all in one place. So now we're moving on to my weekly spreads, and this is when this video turns a bit chaotic because my camera ran out of storage, my memory card ran out of storage, so you kind of miss two spreads, so I apologize, but I do show overviews. So on the left side, I'm just doing a very simple layout with just a bunch of blocks because I decided to add like the first few days of the month into this one weekly spread. So there's a lot of boxes, it's a bit chaotic, but I think it's going to be fine. And then on the left side, which you don't really see me set up, I just put rainbows at the top, in the middle, and on the bottom and separate the week out into 7 days, and I really like the way it turned out. And as you can see, again, we missed some spreads. So on the left side, I just spread it out again, doing some boxes, some rainbows, and I actually wrote like the days of the week and then the numbers with a darker purple. You kind of can't see what the day of the week says, but it shows up better in person. And then on the right side, I'm just kind of placing the days randomly throughout the spread, adding some washi tape, and then those are all of my weekly spreads. But yeah, that is my April journal with me. Here is a flip through of all of the spreads for this month. I would definitely love to know down in the comments what you guys think of this theme, as well as letting me know what you guys did for your theme for this month. I always find it so fun and really interesting to see like what you guys choose for your themes every month. So definitely let me know. Also, I hope you enjoyed the video regardless of the fact that my camera shut off and we didn't see some of the weekly spreads and some of the footage, but I hope you guys enjoyed anyways. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.